So far on Beat Victor, after winning the qualifying tournament in Duquesa, Malaga, Tim van der Vet earned a chance to win $50,000 in a heads-up game of poker against world-famous businessman Victor Chandler. But he failed to replicate his winning formula when it really mattered, and he left empty-handed. Now it's up to second place Lee Watts to try and take the money from Victor. Commentary comes from Trevor Harris.
So the man from Sunderland next in the hot seat, opposite Victor Chandler, trying to succeed where Tim van der Vet failed. Blinds again start at 50 and 100. A lot of play here. 30-minute blinds, remember. 8-9 offsuit. Now Victor's raised this to 350, and Lee's going to make the call. He's not a believer. King 7 here for Victor. It's an above-average hand. Perfectly entitled to raise with that. 2-10 king. That was Victor's card. He's got top pair. Nothing for Lee, who checks quickly. And that's going to be the end of this hand, I suspect. A 500 bet. No way that Lee Watts can call. He's hit a few cards, Victor, hasn't he? But you make your own luck in this game. Button in front of Lee Watts. And he's going to call. Button is the small blind in heads-up play. Victor checks his option. So one of very few cheap flops we've seen today. 9 Queen King. So that's top pair for Lee. Gut shot for Victor. He'd need a 10 to make a straight, but not going to pay for it, and why would he? 250 bet was good enough from Lee. Pretty level in chips at this point. So on to hand 9. Victor to act. He's counting out chips as well. Only got Jack 6. It's enough for a 450 raise. Re-raise with 6 high. Wonderful. We saw in his first match that Victor called a lot of re-raises with, to be honest, junk hands, and he's doing the same again with Jack 6. If a 6 flops here on a low board, we'll have fireworks. Well, there's the 6, but there are 2 overcards. Nice continuation from Lee. He bet it, he hit a piece of it. And there's the continuation bet, and nowhere that Victor could go, really, with bottom pair. Interesting hand, that one. Hard to say where the momentum is at the moment. Maybe Victor has a slight edge. He's only got 7 high here, though. But that's enough for a race. 600, he makes it. I like the way Lee just pauses before he acts. He's only got Queen high. That's what they call the computer hand, Queen 8. It's just about the average hand as far as whole cards are concerned. Flop comes 10, 9, 9. A couple of clubs out there. Gut shot here for Lee. But neither have got anything. Go and check again. To the river we go. Well, a third club on board. If someone were to represent the flush, they'd get it through. Well, Victor knows the only way he can win the hand is by betting. Lee can't call. Chalk another one up to Victor Chandler. Hand 18. Lee to act first. Queen 10's playable, specially suited. And look at this, Victor's got a monster, and he's got Lee dominated here with the ace-queen. Re-raise, I suspect, coming here. There we go. 1,500. How many chips does Lee Watts want to commit to this hand? He has to bear in mind, if he misses, he'll almost certainly face Another bet on the turn and then on the river. It could get expensive. Five, king, 10. Well, he's outdrawn Victor Chandler there, who understandably bets it anyway. 2,000 and a very quick call. I don't think Victor will like that too much. Oh, there's the jack. What a card. Broadway for Victor Chandler. That's the best straight in the game. 10, jack, queen, king, ace. Only third pair for Lee with the up and down draw. Big decision here. He either throws it away or pushes a lot, and if he does the latter, well, he's all in. And he's going to be in big, big trouble here. They're on their backs now. An ace, of course, would split this pot. That is the only card for him, and that's why the grimace. Is it an ace? It's not. It pairs the ball, but that's immaterial. And Victor Chandler has taken down a monster. Lee's just got about 1,000 chips back here. He knows he's in big trouble. Reading textures of boards is so important. Well, that jack was a miracle card for Victor, but still. Only hand 19. And Victor's got a vice-like grip on this heads-up match. 500 the bet. 6 high. Lee can't call. Well, he's just going to have to move in a minute, otherwise he'll get swallowed up by the blinds. This is when you desperately want some cards when you're short, and he's found the worst starting hand in the game. He's all in, though. It's a bold move, got to like it. Victor says, I don't want to double you up, I'll fold. I'm in no hurry. Key here is that Victor doesn't need cards to bet. He can bet with anything. And Lee knows next time he pushes, it's for his tournament and for the chance of that $50,000 top prize. He almost beat Victor into the pot with his fold there. Don't think Victor had even put any chips in yet. Didn't want to play the 7-3. And I'm sure he's learnt enough from playing at vcpoker.com, Lee Watts, that he's just going to push it a minute. It doesn't really matter what he's got. Any paint, that'll do. That's good enough. In they go. And I think Victor's going to look him up here because he knows Lee could make that move with almost any two, and Victor's ahead. So Lee needs to hit queen or a 9. Well, that pairs Victor, but it's really immaterial. Queen or a 9 would still be good. And there's trips for Victor Chandler, and that's the end of it. And he's taken another man out. Well, they might have said Victor would be a soft touch. Not the case. He's seen off Lee Watts.
Lee Watts, the second player who failed to beat Victor. Next up will be Jeff Ansell from the UK, who took third spot in the qualifying match. Surely it can't be a hat-trick for Victor. Make sure you watch part 5 to find out.
Makes a change not to get rivered.